speaking to you all again. Today's topic is about fantasy football of 2008. As you see, I've been looking at the charts and the rankings and the stats, and D'Angelo Williams looks number one overall in the rankings with 18 touchdowns and 13,000 yards. I think I was disappointed this season because LT wasn't that well this year. Steven Jackson was plagued with injuries, and LJ, I don't even want to speak about Larry Johnson right now. Peyton Manning had a slow start at the beginning of the season, and what surprised me the most was Kurt Warner. Kurt Warner playing like he was in his prime. Kurt Warner thinks he's playing for the Rams again. Oh, how old is this guy? 37, 36? Oh, Kurt Warner. Wow, what a great season Kurt Warner had. I think he's deserving of the MVP. Aaron Rodgers, he was a great QB this year, but Packers weren't that well. They missed Brett Favre a lot. Jay Cutler was really good this year with 4,000 yards passing and 24 touchdowns. Thomas Jones did great for the Jets. He broke Curtis Martin's rushing record with 13 touchdowns, and he bounced back from a horrible year last year. And surprise, surprise, was Matt Forte and Steve Slayton. Steve Slayton, Matt Forte, and Chris Johnson will be huge fantasy drafts for next year's fantasy draft. Steve Slayton and Chris Johnson will be either first to third round picks of next year's draft. Adrian Peterson is looking good, guys. He's the real deal right here. Adrian Peterson can run the ball like Barry Sanders. Otherwise, Michael Turner had a solid season. He did great. I really like the Falcons with Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan's a great QB. And I feel the Falcons will have many playoff years to come. Otherwise, Donovan McNabb also did well. Other highlights this season, Matt Cassell. Matt Cassell, incredible job, but the Patriots coaching staff is incredible because you can put any other QB in there and they can do the same thing. But Matt Cassell looked big for him this year, off-season with free agent market. It'll be a tough decision for the Patriots what they're going to do. Are they going to re-sign Matt Cassell or not? And the Jets also have problems. The Jets need Matt Cassell. If Brett Favre is going to fail on them, and you already see the reports that he's saying, "Oh, my arm's hurting. The test don't reveal it, Brett. You better play, or we're not going to like you at all, Brett. If you play for us one season and then quit." So if Matt Cassell's not going to re-sign with the Patriots, then look for the Jets to sign him. Otherwise, Tony Romo, disastrous season for Tony Romo and the Cowboys. Tony Gonzalez, I feel bad for Tony Gonzalez. Tony Gonzalez had a horrible season with his team, but great stats this year with his usual 9 touchdowns and 1,000 yards receiving. Chad Pennington, I feel for Chad Pennington. He deserves everything. You know, if he makes the playoffs and he beats the Jets on their field this week, I'll be so happy for Chad and his family. Because Chad deserves it, and he was betrayed by the Jets. Tyler Thigpen. Many of you guys did not look at Tyler Thigpen. He was on the free agent market for a lot of time. Tyler Thigpen had a great season. Looks great for Kansas City. Picked up the pace. And he really, when Brody Croyle went down and David Hero went down, Tyler Thigpen came up and he delivered. He had those games against the Jets where he beat them. Ben Roethlisberger, great quarterback, solid. Brett Favre, he had a lot of INTs this year, but that's Brett Favre. You have to deal with his interceptions. Eli Manning, phenomenal job with his great season without Plaxico Burress. You know, Plaxico Burress is done as a Giant, and I don't know about his NFL career. He's 32, 31 years old. Also, if anybody saw Lerone McClain's run the last week against the Cowboys, wow. Lerone McClain and Joe Flacco. They're very good. They're a very good combo. They have a very good combo. The Baltimore Ravens have a very good combo. Otherwise, it was a great fantasy season. Many of you decided to draft these people, draft by the rankings, and many of you guys got bumped over and had some busts, and like Steven Jackson and Larry Johnson, and others of you had some sleepers who who did a phenomenal job. Otherwise, it was a great season, and I hope 2009 will be a fun season to watch because, as you know, LT has something to prove. But LT's done pretty much. He's done with he's past his prime. You know, he did what he could do, and it's time for the Adrian Peterson era. But the biggest news will be what will the Eagles do with Donovan McNabb. Donovan McNabb is a free agent by next year, and the Eagles have to decide what they're going to do with Donovan. Because if the Eagles part ways with Donovan, then that means he can be helping another team out for the playoffs, and could be costly because that tie they had the Eagles could be costly for them for the playoffs. Otherwise, Marion Barber had a good season. Marion Barber had okay season. No, his season was okay. Otherwise, great season for football, and I'm disappointed in the Cowboys. The Cowboys did not have a good season at all. Everybody's talking about the Cowboys. Wow, look at the Cowboys. They're gonna win it all. They're gonna win everything. You know what? It's not all about money in the Cowboys. They're deserving. But my predictions this year are the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl again. Unstoppable team. When OC went down, they still had it. Strahan never wanted to resign back with the Giants. Giants conform to everything. Their D-line is great. Their defense is great. And you know what? Plaxico Burress, we don't even need you anymore. Plaxico didn't even make a difference. We have Steve Smith, Donnie McHickson, Monty Toomer, everybody. You know, Jeremy Shockey wasn't even missed here. Got the boss, Kevin Boss. Otherwise, the Jets are a disappointment. I expected the Jets to do well. Didn't make the playoffs anymore. Finished 9-6. Depends what happens this week. They lose or win. Chad Pennington is gonna have to step it up, and you know Chad Pennington and the Jets don't have a nice relationship with each other, so it's gonna be some. There's gonna be some trash talking in that game. Otherwise, Reggie Bush was a huge bust this year. I was disappointed in Reggie Bush, and otherwise, yeah, Reggie Bush did not do well, and he's a disappointment. And Mary Williams did better. So just remember, guys, whoever said Texans are dumb, Texans are pretty smart. Mary Williams had a great season. So I hope you guys listen up and look at the draft for 2009 for fantasy because, you know, LT is a steal. LT is a steal for next year if you're drafting as a 12. My projections for next year would be Adrian Peterson, first round. Second round, first round would be Adrian Peterson, Maurice Jones-Drew, Michael Turner, D'Angelo Williams, Ryan Westbrook, Frank Gore, Matt Forte, Drew Brees, Marion Barber, Chris Johnson, Steve Slayton, and LT. Now, coming back, round two will be Andre Johnson, Brandon Jacobs, Clinton Portis, Randy Moss, Steven Jackson, Larry Fitzgerald, Tom Brady. Tom Brady's iffy for round two, so I don't know. It could be a steal for Tom. Calvin Johnson, Peyton Manning, Brandon Marshall, and Chris Beanie Wells, round two. If you guys want to know more for my round 3, 4, and 5, look at my other videos. But otherwise, Joseph Adai looks like a steal for round 3 next year. Jay Cutler looks like a steal for round 3. Marvin Harrison looks ready to retire. Phillip Rivers looks like a steal for round 3. Roddy White, Anquan Bolden, and expect Larry Johnson to be a steal for next year's draft and TJ Husman-Sada. It's a disappointing season for the Raiders. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to Simon's podcast, Garage, with sports on demand every day for this year.